This is my cat, Jinx. And this is my coffee, Fancy. Most mornings, the two never cross paths, which means I actually get to enjoy a calm and caffeinated start to my day. But every once in a while, Jinx decides he wants to watch the world burn. The result?
No, Jinx. No. 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 Son of a mother bean boiling, cat licking fur dispenser. You tiny latte launching, espresso guzzling, carpet staining, caffeine slaying son of a sweet buttery Jesus on a bar stool. Look at this. You mocha stained, steam whistling, four-legged ball of betrayal. Holy French press of doom. I swear to cup spilling, bean slinging, mug murdering, you little coffee catastrophe creating fur nugget. You're lucky you're cute.
But I say, no more. Today, we build a table. There's just one problem. I have no tools.
For real?
Well, okay. That's technically not true. I have an entire shop full of tools, but I told ChatGPT I didn't, because apparently having just one problem to fix in a YouTube video isn't enough anymore.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
So here's the deal. ChatGPT gave me a list of the most basic beginner-friendly tools, what I'm calling level 1 tools. And that's all I get. No big saws, no fancy machines, just the bare minimum. So let's see if this little starter kit can actually save my coffee, or if Jinx will win again.
My money's on the basics.
So here's the simple table I designed in Fusion 360 for this. Rewind. Yeah, that drawer wasn't there before. And that's because our good friends over at PCBWay reached out wanting to support this video. So I designed a small drawer for the table and had PCBWay 3D print it for me. PCBWay's not just about PCBs. They do CNC machining, 3D printing, sheet metal, and injection molding too. Just select your desired manufacturing process, drag and drop the file for the product you'd like manufactured, fill out all the required information, and hit submit request. That's it. And right now they've got some limited time stuff worth checking out. Their new purple solder mask is available for free until October 31st, and their mascot 3D printing design contest runs until November 10th. So if you've got a cool idea or just want something printed that you can't make yourself, head to PCBWay.com and take advantage while you still can. Link down in the description. Thanks again to PCBWay for sponsoring this video. So every wood project starts with wood.
No way.
And for this project, I decided to use some cherry that I had lying around. It's not the highest quality of hardwood you can buy, but I sure love the way it looks. And it's easy to work with. So, for a beginner like me, that's a big plus. I debated leaving these clips in here with no context at all and just hoping for the rage bait comments.
You are like a terrible person.
But essentially, I thought it was fair, since I was using rough lumber, to go ahead and use some of my bigger non-level 1 tools. I mean, that's not cheating, right? Don't tell ChatGPT. So I started by marking the pieces that I would need to cut and glue up to thicken the legs. This is also where I realized that ChatGPT didn't say that I could use wood glue, but I mean, come on, it's a wood project. I'm just gonna say glue was fair. Dare I say, implied. Don't tell ChatGPT. Too bad ChatGPT didn't add the Rockler glue applicator kit to the level 1 tools. Finger it is. So ChatGPT did say that I could use clamps, and it said more is better, and yeah, so I used whatever clamps I felt like throughout this entire project. Sue me. Normally I wouldn't stress too much about a glue up like this. I mean, I could just use my joiner or my planer to get the pieces milled down to what I want. Not this time. I have a lot of work to do on these, as you can see. They did not come out perfect. But I did get one side that was mostly flat, so I just kind of need to clean up that side, so I at least have one nice flat edge. This is where I kind of thought, for level 1 tools, I wouldn't have put a random orbit sander on there, but, you know, ChatGPT said it was okay. I did fight the urge to whip out the Festool, so I get some points, right? For my next act, I'll be using a tape measure, some super glue, a circular saw, and a piece of mahogany as a straight edge. Use the green frog tape and super glue to stick down the piece of wood that I need to cut, and then I will take my tape measure and set it to the distance away from the one edge to account for my circular saw fence. I don't know if any of that makes sense.
90% of the time, I have no idea what the I'm talking about.
Just watch. This is what you gotta do if you don't have a track saw or a table saw, I guess. Let me know if you can think of a better way of doing this with the tools that I had. It's actually a pretty effective way, and I could actually see myself doing this more often. No. Just kidding. I'm gonna use my track saw. And of course it came out super ugly because the blade I have on that circular saw is the original blade, and yeah, it's seen better days. So back to sanding it is. Let me know if you want me to tell you why I have these Denali tools that you see sometimes. It's actually kind of a funny story, but not that funny. More like, haha, I wasted a bunch of money. Thanks, Amazon. The little sander worked pretty good. So I had all the pieces done, and they were looking pretty good, but they were still not cut to the correct length. So I referred to my 3D model, got those measurements, threw them down on the wood, and got to cutting. And while I'm at it, let me just say, this blade is terrible for this type of cut. I know. Level 1. I just repeated the process for all 4 legs, but you don't need to see all that, right? Nobody wants that. Then it was time to cut the tabletop and the shelf pieces. Honestly, I don't know if I even like this table design, but it was something simple and something I thought I could actually do with the limited tools. I don't know if it's actually going to save my coffee from my demonic cat, but we'll see.
You poor damn fool.
I mean, I think anything would be better than just having it sitting on the arm of my couch. I mean, the cat jumps on the couch regularly, so it makes sense that he thinks he can just jump up there whether a cup of coffee is there or not. Maybe I should just put my coffee somewhere else? What if I had a table to put my coffee on? Yeah. Yep, those are different clamps. Sue me. After a couple days, I went and put the same clothes on, went back out to the shop, and took these out of the clamps. Ah, continuity. Oh, more sanding. It would have really sucked if ChatGPT said I had to use just my hands to sand. Thank you, little robot. Speaking of ChatGPT, I know that it gets a bad rep, and I understand why. It makes sense. But I have to be honest, it was kind of fun using it for this project, because making a simple table like this, it's not that exciting. And this made me use tools that I've had for a really long time in ways that I never thought of using. So let me know if you want more videos like this. And while I'm begging you for engagement, why don't you go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and go ahead and give the video a like if you're enjoying it, or dislike if you're not. Doesn't matter. Engagement, baby. So then it was time to cut the notches for the shelf piece to sit in. I don't know why I chose to do this, but I don't know. I thought it would look cool design-wise. And I had never done anything like this before. Usually I would just use the dado blade on my table saw, but this actually worked surprisingly well, and it gave me a newfound respect for framers that do this on a regular basis. Something I like to do with all my projects is I like to round the edges by hand, and it just softens it to make sure that they don't get damaged when you're moving the furniture or things like that. Make sure that you do the bottom of the legs. That'll prevent splintering, because nobody likes splinters. Not even your table legs. And after I finished sanding those pieces, it was time to start assembly. Normally I wouldn't be that cautious with glue. I would just let it squeeze out everywhere, and then I would use the plethora of tools that I have at my disposal to sand all the cracks. But knowing that I only have a random orbit sander or have to sand by hand, I was trying to make sure I didn't get glue squeeze out everywhere, but still get enough glue to make sure it makes a strong joint. I did not do that well. I got glue everywhere. Spoiler. So another little tip, I like to put tape on my clamps wherever glue could squeeze out onto them. If you've ever gotten dry glue on your clamps, you know what I'm talking about. This should have been a simple glue up, but for some reason I struggled a lot, and I was never really sure that it was straight or good. But the speed square says it was good. For how hectic the glue up was, it actually came out pretty good. There's some slight gaps, and the table has a weird curve to it, but I think they call that art or creativity or excuses for being bad at woodworking. Now to attach the legs to the top. Really just want to make sure that the spacing is even. This is another example of using a tool I wouldn't normally use for this. Normally I would use a combination square. It's much easier and more repeatable than trying to look at the measurement of the tape measure. So ChatGPT also did not give me drill bits, so I had to try to drill these without a pilot hole. It took me a couple tries. But eventually I managed to get all the screws in, and that was the table assembled. Well, mostly. I still had a few places that I needed to sand up, like all the edges of the tabletop and shelf. I wanted to wait to sand these until it was assembled so that I could leave the square edges intact. Remember that drawer I mentioned earlier? Well, it was time to install that. I started first by taking the runners and installing them. I had these printed by PCBWay out of ABS because I wanted them to be strong, even though they're probably just going to hold a TV remote.
So strong!
In case you're wondering why I'm using the DeWalt drill instead of a Denali drill, because I know you guys are so observant, it is because the DeWalt drill is slightly shallower and I needed to use it when attaching the legs, and if I threw another tool in the mix, then there'd be like 2 drills, not 1 drill, and I'd probably never hear the end of it, so I had to stick with the same drill, which is fine, because I love my DeWalt tools, almost as much as my Denali tools. Not sponsored. Boom, runners installed. Test fit for the drawer. Perfect. Then it was time to apply some finish, and ChatGPT did say that I could use paintbrushes, but yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and use the worst finish you can probably buy, which is polyurethane out of a can, specifically water-based polyurethane out of a can. This sucks. And with that, the level 1 table was complete. My coffee could finally relax. Or could it?
You gotta be fucking kidding me right now.